It's DIlem-Monday. Welcome back. I apologize. Last week I was in severe pain. My back did not really want to function. I actually, for the second time in the 15, 16 years of me playing music, second time in my life, I actually missed a gig on account of me being like physically out of it. Hopefully my liver or kidneys or whatever it is that Aleve affects, whichever one of those, I hope someday they might recover. Because I've taken a lot of Aleve in the last like two and a half weeks. It's not the move. I really don't recommend getting hurt. Back pain and ear pain are the worst. How are y'all?
I'm good. How did you hurt your back?
Yeah. I don't know. That's the problem. I don't know. It just kind of started and then all of a sudden hit like a threshold. And now today I'm feeling good.
That's good.
Feeling real good today, actually. Dave, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Getting through the endless humidity that is our life now. But managing.
Yeah, we are in. It feels like we are currently in like rainforest London.
London? Oh yeah, because of the
It's always foggy. It's always dark and gloomy. There are murderous barbers about.
Murderous barbers.
I thought you would do like a rainforest cafe kind of reference.
I miss the rainforest cafe. First of all, James. Hello, good evening, welcome.
Hello, as always.
Hell yeah. Craigo is in Alaska. He is on a cruise ship in Alaska. Probably tuning in, watching, saying, "Oh God, what are they gonna say?" More so, what am I going to say? But that's okay.
Kind of hoping he's focusing on other stuff while he's.
I really do too. But come on, we know this man. We know this man.
Should we watch for him in the comments?
We should. I'm really hoping we get a Craig post, and I love that the week that he's not here, all of my stuff, I just didn't have the time to get everything up as quick as I would have liked to. So apologies for that.
It's all right. He's probably going to put down "I am the Messiah" as one of the comments on the right side.
Well, I mean, like absolutely
in the holster.
Basically that. There you go.
This show is brought to you by this quotation.
I was basically the Messiah. No, I love that. I really love that. So yeah, no. So a bunch of stuff to talk about this week. Last week, or I guess it was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, we had thought of on the air the idea of talking about HBO. And then also, because again, I was planning on not having been, suffering from back injuries. I was thinking maybe, this week to talk about, I'm doing that, a tribute on Long Island at Eisenhower Park to Harry Chapin this weekend on the 18th. So I figured to throw a little of that in there and then just, the usual hobnob and whatever that we usually do. So yeah, no.
All right. It's usually what we do best, unfortunately.
Oh God, yeah, no. I'm exhausted. This week I've been shot. I played a gig in Jersey. And my sister and her boyfriend Kyle, they were very nice. They were like, "Know what? Let's come. Let's all go. We'll help you." Because doing a party like that, it was a private party on a farm, so we were in the middle of a literal field. Which they had with like a beautiful catering tent. It was a really nice atmosphere. It was a good time. But there are so many logistics to, these things. The stage was a little small. We made it happen. Jack stood off to the side, and they had a little tent for him, which was kind of funny. He sang a couple of songs, and they must have been like, "Where the hell is this voice coming from?" But yeah, that was just so.
Have you worked for that client before?
No, and there yes, actually, kind of. I met a bunch of these people. They're from their friend group from one party we played years ago at this point. Like, it was the beginning of the plague being less plague-ish, so maybe 4 years ago.
Okay.
Okay.
This guy was having his 30th birthday party. This guy, Vinny. 30th birthday party, so he invited 30 friends to a house in the Poconos. It was like an Airbnb that holds 30 people.
30 friends? I don't think I even had
It was like a 6-story Airbnb that went down to a dock. You entered from the top of the house, and then through the house, you ended up at the dock on the lakefront.
It was like something a celebrity owns.
Yeah, it felt like that. So we're playing on luckily the top floor. But yeah, it went down. Maybe it was like 4 or 5 stories. Maybe it wasn't 6, but actually I think it was 6 because there was 1 or 2 that stories up, and then you went down to the dock, which was really sick, really cool. So played his birthday party. Then we played one of the people, a couple from that friend group. We played their wedding. That was cool. And then now this one, the one woman, her parents' 60th birthdays. So they're like my parents' age.
Wow, look at that. Is that something I should do for my 30th next week? Invite 30 friends over. I don't even think I know like 10 friends.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking about what I want to do, like, and I think I've determined to a degree because I don't have enough time nor really know what I want to do yet. So I'm going with that. This year is like the 30th season, the 30th reunion, or like the 30th anniversary tour. So like I might decide to make a few sporadic, like, hey, I wasn't supposed to make it to 30 anyway. Let's have a grand old time events. Because
that's cool.
You know, there was the Summer of George. I'm looking for the 30th anniversary tour. James, are you kind of feeling this energy?
I guess so. I guess we're gonna have to call it the Autumn of Corey or something like that. If we're doing the Summer of George.
I want the year. We're going to the 30th anniversary tour.
Yeah. For my 30th birthday, I went to Chili's. I encourage both of you to do better than that.
I'm still trying to figure out what to do. I know, like, it's next week, so I think like next week on my birthday, I think was it me and Shannon? We were going to go to Middletown, like grab a bite to eat, and then there was this Italian ice place that I really, really wanted to try. That's down there, so I think we were just going to do something like that. My parents are taking me out to a barbecue place in Richfield on Saturday. And then I think the week after that, I think me and my friends are trying to like plan something at a barcade in Southington.
Oh, that's sick. Oh, I know where that place is.
Yeah, you're pretty well covered then.
Yeah. So Corey, I don't know what your schedule is like next Saturday. I hope you're not performing, but we might be doing that.
Let me look. I will look at the calendar because I'm gonna have to at the end of the show anyway. For no other reason because I'm gonna have to announce it.
Oh wow, how are you gonna feel about that? You get the plug in your own.
Oh, I gotta actually do the plug. It's something that makes me so like I churn. Do
you want to send me a script and I'll plug you?
Here, I'll send. Actually, that we should. So we should all send. You know, we go, or actually, I guess whichever the opposite way. We should each give the plug for each other for the person in the next square over. In the triangle.
But you have to say who's who because we may not be aligned the same way.
Well, true, yeah.
So just pick a name.
Yeah,
pick a direction.
I was gonna say, wait, I could take at the end of the evening, James. I could take because I was looking at your podcast earlier.
Yeah.
You take Dave. Dave, you can take me.
Okay.
Boom. Right. We've got this covered.
All right, let's do this.
So yeah, no, great. We love this. So, HBO. Let's talk HBO, because that was one of the things that that brought us here for this evening. It's crazy to think about how old HBO is because it's always seemed so new.
What is it? Is it the late 70s? Is that when HBO started?
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
The home box office began in 1972.
Really?
72. Okay.
Which is I didn't know cable was a thing yet.
I didn't even know. I would assume it came out in like the early 90s because the first show I could think about was the Larry Sanders Show.
No, I remember from the 80s, and they didn't have original series yet. It was pretty much just movies, and then maybe some short original content. But yeah, Larry Sanders, I believe, was one of the original. I think Dream On, which I never watched, but I believe that was HBO original. I think that was early 90s. That may have been one of their first original. But it used to just be, now we got streaming and everything, but it was just the first major platform for watching movies at home. That other than like when networks would show like a Saturday night, like ABC would have a Saturday night movie or something like that. This was a channel dedicated to movies
and no commercials.
Yeah.
Correct.
So full format, uncut content, all done, ready to go, like on this new concept, this new cable idea, which that's and again. Coming, being born 30 years ago almost, there was always cable. The TV had at least 52 channels.
Oh yeah, you people don't. By you people, I mean specifically you two. Nothing beyond that. You didn't live when there was no people. You didn't live when there was no internet and cable. I remember those days a little bit. You were born into it. It's older than both of you. Both of those are.
Yeah,
I remember the big ass computers back in the 90s, though.
Who was it who had the cows, the cow branding? Which company?
Gateway, I believe.
Gateway, yeah.
Yes. I think they're still around. I don't know if they use that logo anymore, if someone bought them, but I do remember.
Which is really upset. Yeah, because that's the thing. I remember it. I remember the stupid cow logo. that will live forever in my mind. Which is not, some of these things that kind of just like stick around have real estate in my brain, and I don't realize it's there. It's like squatting in my brain. Squatters' rights for like things of nostalgia.
That's how our brains work.
Is nostalgia only does nostalgia only apply to positive things?
But usually, yeah, it's associated with pleasant memories. I don't think people, if you're talking about negative, like trauma, negative memories, I don't think you refer to that as nostalgia. I mean, maybe if you're splitting hairs, you might technically be able to, but I think it's particularly taking things that may not have been, maybe not terrible, maybe just more average, or maybe not that great, but only remembering the good stuff.
Yeah,
I think that's how nostalgia plays out for us.
Okay, I like only remembering the good things. I like that as a description, as a definition for nostalgia.
Because I feel like negative nostalgia would probably be like almost like a form of PTSD or something like that.
Yeah, it would be some kind of trauma, maybe. Or yeah, it would be a separate category of recollection.
Yeah, no, that's and okay, yeah, no, that's one of those things you don't think about.
No, not at
all. What gets covered under nostalgia versus just like personal memory? A wild area of thought.
Yeah, I mean, our minds do want to focus on the better stuff. And not so much the not so good stuff. So different minds work differently. Some, for really awful stuff, sometimes our minds just black that out. It's in there, but it's not at the forefront. Mm-hmm. That's not nostalgia.
And with that kind of, to tie into the HBO theme, I feel like HBO kind of came in and between the showing and some of the movies that they had the ability to show because it didn't fit under the regular broadcast rules because it was cable, they were able to show movies that no one else could show. And even the comedy specials, they were able to have comedians do their actual bits. They didn't have for the first time ever, you're not like stuck on TV with the Tonight Show. You're not stuck with like that format, and you had to be good for Johnny, and you had to, and if you were real good, you could get on the couch. You You didn't have that. On HBO, Robin Williams could do his actual bit while completely blitzed out on cocaine. And talk about the fact that he was, on cocaine and, go unfiltered in his impressions and all of those things. Robin Williams got to do that. These guys got to do that with HBO. Sorry.
No, I mean, that's all it takes. I mean, hopefully be able to show those things and, uncensor things. I mean, that's what people want. They don't want mumble jumbled cut up bullshit. They want the real thing.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking about, like, sometimes when you watch these movies that we know and love from heart, think when they get put on like TCM, or not even TCM's full format, but I'm trying to think of like TBS, when they play a movie and it's cut down, refined, and they throw in new alternate words to not have to just silence the language. It's like, really? You cut out an entire scene from this movie to make it fit for broadcast? Like, that's unreal. It's wild. And it made me think of someone who I never realized did this. Dave Coulier, Uncle Joey.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things he's done in his illustrious career.
Illustrious career.
Besides tick off Alanis Morissette, you mean?
Yes, and I want to know what movie they were seeing that led to that.
I never really thought about it.
We ought to know. We ought to know. But I digress about what was going down in the theater.
You learn.
Wait, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought here. Shit.
You lost your train of thought going down on Alanis Morissette. Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, it kind of happens every now and then.
Cut it out. That's it. There we go.
Something about stand up and Dave Coulier.
Okay, yeah, Dave Coulier. So between Stupping and the theater, one of the things that Dave Coulier did in his career was voiceover work for movies like that. So he would work when actors didn't want to do overdubs of their lines, like to change the language around. Dave Coulier got called in. One of the people that Dave Coulier used to do was Richard Pryor. Now, so we don't get taken down from YouTube from playing other people's YouTube videos. I highly recommend you go look up Dave Coulier doing his Richard Pryor impression for these movies. So when you would have, Richard Pryor saying, they would have Dave Coulier saying, what a nice, lovely afternoon you're treating this like. I don't know.
Did he have to imitate him, or they just you knew it was a different? Wow.
He would imitate him. He would do his Richard Pryor impression, which was unreal.
Oh God.
Uncanny.
That seems problematic by today's standards, but a lot of stuff from back then did. But I don't know much about him other than that show, and just I didn't know that he was known for impersonations. Maybe he wasn't known for it. It was just like a side thing he did, or a separate part of his career.
I never knew that.
He did, because I know he did the stupid puppet on the show. What the hell was the puppet's name? The puppet had a name, right? There was just one puppet.
I believe so, but that's not one of those shows I watched religiously. Just like
I didn't either. My sister did. I liked it. I didn't dislike it. My sister would watch it. I would watch it with her. I wouldn't be like, "Oh, can you turn this off?" So I know the I've probably even seen by just proxy at least 60% of that show, which lasted
close to that 8 years. I remember.
Long ass show.
Yeah.
But yeah, and another guy didn't what's his face have a special on HBO? Come to think of it, what's his face, dead guy?
Bob Saget.
There we go. Well, how did
probably?
I
I don't specifically remember that, but he probably did.
how did I forget Bob Saget's name? That was I'm really disappointed in myself.
Isn't it ironic?
Oh, you ought to know. Oh, but yeah, so so HBO, you have that the specials, then the sports, and then the series come around, like the boxing. I know that was always another one of the big things that was like an HBO claim to fame, was having like the boxing matches.
Yep.
Because they had the ability to do the pay-per-view stuff. Oh, and I'm like looking at my iPad. I know for a second because it was being all weird because I usually have it up monitoring what's going on, and it's updating. I hate myself. I hate my life. Technology does not want to work with me today.
Oh, I have those days.
Oh, it's just a nightmare. So, okay, going around top of the head, and we can go into subcategories and subgenres further for the start of the show, and we can talk and ask the same question at the end of the show. Top of your head, favorite HBO series or miniseries? James.
I mean, is it pretty obvious what my favorite HBO series of all time is?
Probably.
A little gabagool action in the Garden State, Sopranos.
There we go.
Greatest TV show of all time, in my opinion.
Dave, top of your head, HBO pick.
I will go with Curb Your Enthusiasm.
A phenomenal choice.
Great show.
And it may not be done. He did the last season, but now he's talking about wanting to do other stuff. I think he's talking about doing like a different kind of series now, but just the uniqueness of his ability to just not do something for 5 years. And it's like, yeah, let's do another season. And just not only does everyone get on board, but everyone tunes back in.
Well, yeah. And I feel like once he gets over Richard Lewis's death, I feel like is the best chance we have at it. Because can you imagine the whole season of him making jokes about his best friend being dead? Because this is Larry David. Only Larry David could pull off doing an entire season of dead best friend.
Oh, he would say so many stupid jokes about it. I was heartbroken when Richard Lewis died, honestly.
It was horrible. Like, okay, I have a plot line for this one of these episodes. And I feel like there unfortunately might have been a South Park episode similar to this. Come to think of this,
Probably, but go ahead.
Who's the new best friend? And him going through trying to make
like a list almost.
Yeah, and is it Jeff? Is it and like, but like Jeff, I need you here. I like you where you are. We can't be. Like him doing that and going through that, I think I could see that episode happening. Figuring out the hierarchy of who is now technically his best friend.
Almost like an audition. Almost like just random people lined up.
The contest.
Okay. Oh god.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm not the best friend.
I could see him considering Ted Danson, even though those two like always end up hating each other. But he has to be an option because they've known each other for so long.
Yeah,
Larry, why wouldn't you choose me? How we had the most successful sitcom in television history, Larry.
I would say if Bob Einstein was still alive, it'd probably be Marty Funkhauser.
Yeah.
Funkhauser would have gotten it because I don't think it would have been Jerry, but that also would have been funny. Jerry being offended over not being it, and Jeff being offended that anyone else could possibly even be in consideration,
or just calling like obscure like a character that was on once or twice in like season 4 or 5. Like, hey, no, we haven't talked in a while, but I need a new best friend. You want to come and audition?
Or
that's almost, you could see George Costanza doing something like that. So obviously Larry.
Yeah, or him and Richard when they were like 15 had like a friend with like a stupid like Brooklyn-y nickname. Like, I don't know. but
Sewer
no.
Steve, I don't know.
Yeah.
Tony, Vito, Vinny. I don't know. Just
Yeah,
random.
Marky Knuckles or something. I don't know.
That's a good one.
I think my best friend's Marky Knuckles. Because he knew Richard. He gets it by proxy. There's no proxy.
I feel like it would also be
Larry.
I feel like it'd also be ironic because Larry David is one of those people I'm like, I hate new people. Like, I don't want to do stop and chats or anything like that. So I think it would just be ironic for him to do something like that.
And I could see him a whole thing if this was a multi-episode plot, like with Cheryl. I was married to you. We were married, we were divorced, but weren't you like my best friend? No, you, Larry. That's why we got divorced. I'm not your best friend. You, Larry.
Actually, I think you're right, Corey. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, James.
No, even John Hamm could be the new best friend, honestly, since he's trying to be like him.
Dave, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say, I believe you're right. I think there was a South Park episode about looking for the new best friend, and the many ways they dealt with the fallout of Kenny dying, and when that was a recurring thing for several seasons until they just said moved past it, and he's on all the time now. And that's starting another season soon too, I believe.
And there's a lot of drama. There's a lot of drama with it because they're doing part of the season on one network, part of the season on one network, part of the season. And it's annoying. Streaming was great until it wasn't. And HBO is being a little bitchy too. I can say, right? FCC, I can say bitch. Bitch is fine.
Listening?
Bitch is fine. I think
so.
Yeah,
they don't bleep,
YouTube censors.
Jon Stewart doesn't get bleep when he says the word shit now.
There's a great big. Though, if I start singing the Disney song, that will get us.
Oh. Well, that's a different kind of problem.
The mouse will come in. Like I'll wake up all of a sudden, my head's pounding. And I see the mouse. It's kind of like the South Park episode. See the mouse there. Oh, you little shits here! The coffee is running out. I swear to God, you little time.
I haven't seen South Park in so long, and I feel like if I watch one now, I'm gonna be laughing my ass off.
You motherfucker!
You guys want a dilemma? I'll give you a dilemma.
We're sorry, Mr. Mouse.
It's one of the best episodes of this series.
Where he will retreat to Valhalla to escape and meditate. That's one of those stupid things that has real estate in my brain. That line, that he will retreat to Valhalla. That lives with you. That stays with you.
Yes.
Okay, a question to the masses. What show would have been better had it been on HBO and not one of the regular networks, speaking of the FCC?
That's tough to answer. I like the insight, but nothing jumps to mind. But I'm sure there's a bunch.
Can't think of anything on the top of my head right now.
Maybe I'm going to throw out an answer, but there's other factors.
And if you have a few that come to your mind just off the top of your head, go for it.
I'm going to throw out Married with Children.
That would have been great.
Because they had so much controversy anyway for not doing stuff not even close to as controversial as the way people would push the envelope today, but just they pushed boundaries a lot, and there were cancellation threats, and the show ran for like 11 years.
And
it's one of the best.
I love Married with Children. So are we talking like 70 sitcoms? How?
Yeah. Well, you can. Hell, if you think that I Love Lucy would have been better on HBO, you're more than welcome to. Which is like that's a thought process. That's a concept.
I know one of the big taboos back then was trying to write a script where Lucy was pregnant and not let anybody say that offensive word.
I'm with
pregnant.
child.
Yeah.
We're having a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite moments, I don't remember who was getting one of the Comedy Central roasts, probably from the 2000s, Shatner maybe. One of the speakers was Carl Reiner, who I don't
Joan Rivers. It was the Joan Rivers roast.
Okay. And he gets up talking about, like, listening to the vulgarity that they're doing. He's like, I grew up in an era where we were scared to say pregnant, so I've earned this. Beep, beep.
Yeah. He said the mother load, the one that rhymes with punt.
I think that if somebody Carl Reiner's caliber absolutely earned that.
It was a blessed moment. An old man, and Joan was like, "Look at what you people have done. You, Carl, you used to go clean. You used to perform. You got him to say."
Oh wait, I kind of have one. What about like if the current seasons of Family Guy decide to move to HBO? Maybe they'd be able to push the envelope a little bit. Like more and maybe make it like the original episodes.
So like actually good again?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's a cash cow at this point. But I also know that like Cartoon Network, apparently, if they air the same episode that Fox aired later, and aren't they changing networks too? Like they can get away with more on late night cable, but maybe even still further with HBO. Although with that series, I don't even know what else they could do that they can't on where they are now.
Well, yeah, because the problem was they were always in this moment of mediocrity. You know, they wanted to push boundaries, but they also wanted to take the Simpsons audience, and it, despite being on the same network, and it just Seth MacFarlane kind of had to have and it always felt very sanitized to me. It was very it was almost their comedy.
Yeah.
For South Park for me. Or not South Park, Family Guy. South Park was full-fledged. It was, they couldn't be South Park. They were trying to be, they were trying to both be raunchy and racy while also trying to get a family market, and it just, they could never be enough of either.
Yeah, I guess it did try to hit a lot of bells, and there's probably moments where it hit all of them on, but just navigating a lot of waters.
But
some of the offensive stuff was funny. Sometimes it was just like, all right, that's just offensive for the sake of offensive. That didn't do anything for me. But a show like that's going to have those moments.
You did it you just stated it perfectly, I think, with the difference between Seth MacFarlane and Matt and Trey with South Park. I feel like South Park always had a little bit of a purpose. They knew there's a Yiddish term, to grisher, means to kind of to screw into, but not like you wouldn't need grisher in nail, into a wall, but to like just annoy someone just enough to be just enough of a pain in the ass. You know how to work someone, yeah.
So like YouTube comment level, not I'm writing my congressman level.
Yeah. Like if you're dating someone and they know you don't like your shoulder being touched, and you just said something that pissed them off, and they come and they touch your shoulder. That just because you're talking to somebody and you can't do anything because you're holding up an appearance. They're grishering.
Got it.
Getting into your side. Yeah, I feel like that's what Family Guy. Oh, we've visually lost Dave.
I'm still here. I just got to turn my camera off for a minute.
All good. But yeah, no, but I think with all that being said, I wonder, had Seth MacFarlane been given free reign on a network like HBO, where he wouldn't have had to have sanitized some of the plot lines. He could have really gone through with some of these jokes. Would he have been held in the same regard as South Park? Would he have been able to do that?
I don't think so, because South Park is in a level of its own, and those two guys, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, they don't give a fuck if they clearly do not care if they get canceled and all that other stuff. I feel like anytime that they say like you gotta stop, they just take it to a whole nother level.
Oh yeah, well, you. Here's more.
Yeah.
Do you think it would have changed Seth's? Like, if they gave him free reign from the beginning, would that? Do you think he needed that challenge of, oh, okay, well then I'm going to see what I can get away with, like as fuel, as opposed to you can do literally anything? Then there's no one to tick off. I mean, yeah, some people are going to get ticked off, but I wonder if just that the difference between those two offers could impact like your creativity, what you want to do with things.
And maybe that was kind of his thing, because
Probably, yeah.
I'm thinking about that moment of like when I was, I'm thinking of like right before middle school into and even through high school. The three big animated shows of the moment were The Simpsons, Family Guy, and South Park.
Big time.
Those were like the big three, and all of them kind of had their own little universe for the moment. But Family Guy, I always felt like was the one that could not fully figure out where they wanted to be. The Simpsons was pretty relatively clean, never too. If they ever got a little raunchy, that was almost the joke in itself. South Park was piss off everyone, offend everyone, do everything in your power to, offend everyone because it puts everyone on the same level. And then, yeah, Family Guy gets put in this position. What's my identity? Where do I fit? And yeah, kind of it. And I could see in their heads being like, if we maybe our thing is, touching the line.
Yeah.
Always touching the line.
Have both of you seen, being younger than the series The Simpsons, have both of you seen some or all of the early seasons?
I don't think I have, no.
I was always a South Park guy. I never was a Simpsons guy. And I appreciate The Simpsons. I don't dislike The Simpsons. I know some people know the full, almost like religious canon, The Simpsons. I was never in that boat.
Because The Simpsons was considered controversial when it came out. I remember, it was this taboo show, and it was really just because Bart was rebellious, like a kid that would say hell and crap. And you look at that now, like, what? He's still like it's the same character 30-something years later, not having aged at all. But that's just kids act up a little bit. It just looks so different. And the show's just evolved. It used to be the Bart Simpsons. It was always called The Simpsons, but like you tuned in to see what mayhem Bart was going to come up with. And now it's, you watch for all the characters, the whole family. And it's impressive, not only that it survived, and I think the writing has kept up. I still watch the new ones. I still find it funny. But it's just, any show that's been on that long is going to change over time. And it's just weird looking back now how like parents were like, should we even let our kids watch this? And you watch the episodes now, like, what were we afraid of? It was just a different time.
Well, yeah, that's it. That is nuts. Again, 30 years on the air as an animated show. Think about on the technological side, being able to keep a consistent style.
Yeah.
Despite having started, and I have to give Matt and Trey the same thing. They started with paper cutouts, and now they have full-fledged animation, but the transition wasn't awful. They made it happen.
Yeah. I mean, South Park started in 97?
97, yep.
Somewhere
So
around
it's
there.
not far behind.
No. Well, you also look at like how much has happened since 1997. I mean, with so much happening in that 28-year span, no wonder why they could do so many episodes.
Well, yeah, I had three with the initial question, but because that's in mind with South Park, and maybe who knows if South Park was HBO versus any of these other things, where that could go too.
Yeah.
But with that in mind, the shows that came into my head, thinking in these directions. Obviously, I'm always going to mention The West Wing. I think had that been done as an HBO drama, oh my god! If you really got to get into some of the the sex drama and even further into some of the plot lines, the subplots, some of these things that being on NBC through Warner Brothers was, I feel like they had some and it got racy too. Like there was a lot of racy and taboo stuff in there, but it, like, I would have loved to have seen that. Thinking of like a 70s pick, I think if MASH had been done on HBO, oh boy, that would have been something else. And had in the 60s, early 70s, had the roasts, when
Dean Martin.
when Dean Martin was doing the roasts, that would have been, if HBO was there for the Rat Pack. Think of that. The Rat Pack doing HBO.
So just some of their songs might have been a little more suggestive or less euphemistic.
Or less euphemistic.
Sorry, that's what I
I got home and my dinner was not prepared, but you look stunning with that black-eyed doll.
All right.
Yeah, no,
I got one. Corey, what do you think is the most underrated HBO show of all time?
The John Adams miniseries starring Paul Giamatti. I think I believe it was an eight-part miniseries. Paul Giamatti as John Adams, Laura Linney as Abigail Adams. Stunning filmography. It was based off of the David McCulloch biography that was I believe a Pulitzer Prize winner. I might be wrong on this. Fans in the chat, tell me if I'm wrong. But Paul Giamatti, you wouldn't think of this short Italian. Granted, he is a New Englander. He's from Connecticut, isn't he?
Oh, I don't know. Didn't that get like a bunch of Emmys? That was considered underrated though?
Let's see. I don't, because no one talks about it. That's my thing.
Wow.
No one. When people talk about HBO, here we go. John Adams miniseries, which means my computer's listening to me. Love that.
You have to. You have no other option.
I know the cowbell's nowhere near me, but love that. Awards and nominations. Golden Nymph Award. What the hell is the Golden Nymph Awards? Golden Nymph are prize winners for official competition. It's a Monte Carlo television festival. Okay. Okay. Online. Where are the real primetime Emmys? It won outstanding miniseries, outstanding lead actor for Paul Giamatti, outstanding for Laura Linney, nominated for outstanding supporting actor in a miniseries. Actually, 3 of the cast members were nominated. One of them won. Best outstanding directing in a miniseries, outstanding writing in a miniseries for one of the episodes. Outstanding for the primetime creative Emmys, it won outstanding art direction, outstanding casting. I would say so, yes. The cinematography it won for outstanding and some of these cases with the Emmys, I guess the individual episodes can go up against each other. So they won and they were nominated for 2 episodes. This show was great, and thinking about how many Emmys it won Why does it never get discussed when you in the great discussions of HBO? Because we talk about The Sopranos, we talk about Curb Your Enthusiasm. Like that one always to me, and again, I know I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd who was born a history nerd born in New England, who like the musical 1776 refers to John Adams as obnoxious and disliked. I understand that I fit every check mark here. And perhaps I have some bias for this miniseries. But come on, it deserves to see the light of day more often. Why was it not showing on HBO for the 4th of July? And if it was, again, correct me. I apologize. I hope it was. It deserved to have been. Like, that's just me. That one is underrated. That's my...
That's your spiel?
Yeah. How about you, James? What's the one that you had on your head?
I had a couple of tough ones. I guess this show is freaking hysterical, in my opinion. Eastbound and Down. It's so ridiculously, outrageously funny, honestly.
Watched a little of that. I mean, Danny McBride just has a quintessential a-hole to the max character.
Oh, yeah.
That we've seen in many shows and movies.
No, that's phenomenal.
What about you, Dave? What do you think is the most underrated?
I can't think of too many. I'll mention one that I watched mainly because somebody that was on it is someone I knew for a while. I didn't love the series, even though it was actually Louis C.K.'s series before Louis, which was like his FX show that was a big hit that ran for 5 or 6 years. It was called Lucky Louie.
Oh, I love Lucky Louie.
Did you watch? Yeah. I remember watching a couple times, and I was like, I like his stand-up. I think he's a terrific performer. You know, I didn't like the whole controversy, and sorry, people had a, that was not okay and all that. But moving on.
You're saying not to beat around the bush?
I'm gonna reach through now and censor you. Thank you. But the guy who played, I believe it was his wife's brother.
Oh,
James,
Jim Norton, whatever. Was that Jim Norton that played him?
No, Jim might have been on that series, but
he was.
Okay. No, this was a taller guy, very, very like erratic. Usually wore a baseball hat style cap. I can't remember his character name, but he's a comedian that I used to work with periodically back in the 2000s. So that was why. That was one of the main reasons I watched was to see him.
Oh hell yeah!
I think it ran maybe 2 seasons. I don't think I saw every episode, but
it didn't last long. That I know.
Yeah, I know his other series ran like 5 years, and even that one I watched sometimes, and I just didn't love it. I know that got a lot of acclaim. It got a lot of award nominations, but it just wasn't for me. But I do like his stand-up. I think his writing is solid.
Yeah, he's probably one of my top 5 favorite comedians of all time.
I've never seen him like when he tours, he sells out like right away.
Where is the soft jazz coming from?
Oh, that's me. It's just on in the background.
I love it. I love it.
Background music?
Well, not just music, but also scenery. That's blurry, isn't it?
It's sad.
Yeah.
Excuse me. It's like
it's so weird though. Like when I'm on like broadcasting, there'll be like jackhammering going on outside my window, and I apologize to people like, oh, we don't hear anything, but I got faint jazz music, or I'll have like a motorcycle going a half a mile away, and people are like, what is that noise? So I don't understand these acoustics and technology.
Sorry.
I love
it. Sorry, go Corey. Sorry, I'll go.
Oh no. I was saying I loved that. The vibe it was giving me. Have y'all ever either gotten a manicure or a pedicure at a place in which they do that?
I've
At a nail
been
place?
asked to get one. I just haven't got one yet.
I'm not against doing it. I just never have.
Yeah.
Listen. They know what they're doing. They do it better than you. You'll thank yourself. It's a lifestyle thing that you'll realize when your nails actually grow in nicely and in nice shapes. You don't need to get them painted. You don't need to be bold. No one's asking for that, but they know how to cut it, and then they do the whole thing with freaking, with the feet the feet massager thingies, and it, like if you pay for like the whatever thing where they do all the bullshit, the massage thing, you come out of there, you feel great. It's the move. Why am I mentioning this? Because they have throughout the one salon I would go with my mother, because I'll admit I would go with my mom. It was great time, loved it, always felt good. Need to go back. It's been a minute, been a hot minute since I've gone. They always have video, the scenery videos with the smooth jazz, smooth elevator music behind it.
Yeah.
And the nice Korean ladies are like probably making fun of you in Korean while they're doing your nails and whatnot, but like it's great. The aesthetics there, the videos are playing, they're making fun of you. Life is gold. Life is gold.
A long time ago, I was approached by a mall kiosk attendant who was trying to sell manicure kits and whatever. And before I could fully say no, thank you, she went through the whole treatment on one fingernail, and I just kept politely declining, saying this isn't for me. And she was like, "Okay, thank you for your time." I stared at that fingernail like for the next week. My hands has never been so shiny. Just like, all right, people obviously know what they're doing. Maybe I'll have to pursue this.
Oh my god, was it one of like the four-sided like padded thingies? It was one, the second side two. It's essentially.
I don't remember what it was. It was just conventional like buffers, whatever they used. This is like 25 years ago. I'm sure they have way more advanced stuff now to get things even cleaner and nicer, but I just remember being impressed that anyone could make my fingernail look that shiny.
My parents had one of those. Did you guys?
You had like a home one, okay?
Yeah, like it was like a little foam thing, and it had the four sides on it. Essentially, they're like different grades of like sandpaper. Essentially,
okay, they probably used something like that. I don't remember exactly what they used.
Did you guys do terrible things to yourself and commit atrocities to your wallet this week because of Prime Day, which is now 4 days?
No, I don't splurge like that.
I unfortunately not getting paid as much during the summer. So.
Touche. The educational field in the summer is not the
Well, I found out a couple of things. So I do summer school. I found out last week that it's 4 days a week. So I'm like, shit. And
what was it supposed to be?
I thought it was going to be 5. I thought it was Monday through Friday. I mean, at the last summer school thing I did, it was Monday through Friday. And then they cut my hours. So I'm like, I'm like, what the fuck is this? I keep forgetting. I don't have like my bleak button over here, but I'm like,
no one be. We all need to get like a profanity, our own like profanity noise.
I'd be hitting it every 5 seconds.
It'd be hysterical. Like we all choose our own like little soundbite.
I just got a kazoo recently, but it would take too long to get it up and just interrupt my train of dialogue to make it effective.
No, I'm saying like get like a little soundboard. You have it set up. You have it like in the computer, whatever you need to do. So whatever, have it ready. And there's like,
yeah.
No, that would be nice to have that, but sorry, I didn't need to get off topic.
Oh no, it's all good. There's also the I'm pretty sure this one has so this I had the original version of the Rodecaster board for podcasting, and it had some cool stuff. This one's like that, but like if it went on a trip of spiritual enlightenment and came back better. This one you've got like vocal effects on it, so like
1, 2. So when you're trying to talk in the documentary, like, I saw the crime happen with my 2 eyes. I saw the murder occur. I saw who did it, and when it happened, it was Knuckles McGee. He did it. He was the murderer. I saw him in cold blood, point blank. It happened.
And that was an anonymous source from the news. Back to you, Jim.
Is there
if you're
one that
trying to hold
like
somebody for ransom? You got the voice for it.
Yeah. Is there one that sounds like you're high on helium?
No,
I have to imagine here, yeah.
Isn't this one yet?
No.
Oh.
Not quite. It sounds like a beginning of a Beastie Boys song.
I was just thinking intergalactic.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about.
Intergalactic, planetary, intergalactic, planetary, intergalactic.
You mean
That was
this?
That'd be the one. Yep. Oof. I feel like I'm back at work.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm adding a stipulation, Corey. When you read James's plugs at the end, you have to use one of those effects.
This week of the Code of People podcast.
Well, maybe not that one.
That's
We got a different one that you.
Now I'm definitely using
No one can hear that. Probably the deeper voice. I think that'd be the funniest one.
Because I was able to understand the witness, the secret witness voice better than the tinny one. The phonetics were getting a little lost there, but do what you're gonna do.
There was so much baby oil. I'm talking so much baby oil.
Okay, this isn't this doesn't go into the politics. Is this man kind of like? I heard the maximum he's gonna get is 20 years.
Sean.
Yes.
Oh.
Puff Daddy. What like? I
No.
It's the era for this.
Oh.
That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to speak too much on that.
Just like
because I don't want my reputation to be
to go. Yeah, no. The my back hurts too much. The cowbell's too far away. But like the Chewbacca defense. Another one of the great South Park episodes. Yes, the Chew. Wait, what the hell was that episode? Why was what's his face there? The lawyer, the glove not fitting and quitting.
Oh,
I've seen it in a while.
Yeah.
Are you talking about OJ's lawyer?
Yeah, the OJ lawyer. Oh my God, what the
Is
hell?
that his name?
What
Johnny Cochran?
His name?
Johnny Cochran. There we go. Johnny Cochran.
Oh.
There we go. Yeah, Johnny. So John, I forget what it was. It was Chef, wasn't it? Okay, Chef had a song, and someone stole Chef's song, and Chef. I'm pretty sure either Chef or someone hired Johnny Cochran. This is true.
Salty Chocolate Balls song, or was that a different episode?
Was it my salty chocolate balls? It might have been. Not to be mistaken with Alec Baldwin's Shveddy balls.
All of the ball songs and discussions.
There's so many balls, just so many balls everywhere. Salty balls, Shveddy balls. There's just have a ball. Have a ball.
Corey, earlier you were about to bring up the Prime Amazon Prime thing. It seemed I wasn't sure. I figured you were going to tell us you bought 5 of Eric Clapton's old guitars and a unicorn farm or something.
Oh yes,
sure where you were leading with that.
So Prime Day, which is now 4 days. Which oh boy, it was just too easy. These targeted ads, it's really bad. They've, like, can I go on a date with Amazon? Because apparently Amazon knows me better than any human being. Like, I got some new paint by numbers stuff. I got some golf shoes.
You golf?
Not
I didn't know
well.
he painted by numbers.
Neither do I.
So
I go
actually,
to the driving range, but I don't golf.
Dude, let's go to the driving range. Like, and when I say I golf, I go with my friends. We drink transfusions and beers, drive in the cart. So a transfusion, by the way, the look of horror on your face, Dave. A transfusion is a cocktail that's been made popular by golfers. You mix grape juice. It's grape juice, vodka. There's something sparkling in there.
Prosecco?
I don't think it's prosecco. There's
Spumante.
Wait, let's look here. We're in the age of the internet. We can find these things.
Is it alcoholic sparkling or not?
Yeah, I believe it was. Let's find out. Wait.
Like one of the hard sells.
I can think of prosecco, champagne,
Rosé.
Fusion.
I don't think.
Vodka. Oh no, it's not alcohol. It's ginger ale, fresh lime.
Oh my god.
Vodka, Concord grape, ginger ale, fresh lime juice, ice.
Did I just hear Concord grape? Did I hear that?
Yes.
Why?
So it's a mocktail then?
No, it has vodka.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure which of the original things you said you were recounting.
And listen, let me tell you, when you're on the green and it's like 95 degrees outside, but you got a tee time and you all paid money and you committed to it, you take one of those things down now, you're probably doing more damage to yourself than you're doing good, but you're flying. Baby's flying. And she's crying. So speaking of which, are either of you a fan of Harry Chapin?
I only know a few of his songs, but I like them. I know what an incredible artist and humanitarian he was.
I only know one song by him.
Cats in the Cradle?
That'd be the one.
I've heard the Taxi song a few times and the sequel.
Oh, we're so this Friday on the 18th, July 18th, which is the weekend of the anniversary of him passing away, which is crazy. At the park that bears his name, or not the park, the stage that bears his name. I'm contributing to. I'm not just contributing. We're playing a tribute show of Harry Chapin songs, and it's been a challenge. It's been a really cool challenge. I've gotten to dive into. This catalog of music that this man left. Their stories set to music. I hesitate calling them songs because they're story songs. They're stories that had chords behind them. A lot of them in some of these cases. There's a lot of words to these songs. And how much stuff this guy did in such little time. The scary thing was he was supposed to go to where we're playing that night.
It was a car accident, wasn't it?
Yeah. So earlier that day, he did more charity shows than he did shows for profit. And he wasn't great at scheduling either. So he'd be traveling back and forth across the country to go do appearances, go do charity shows for this group, that group, whatever. And his band, his family, they had a meeting like, hey, Harry, while we have you here on the island for a minute here, like, you need to slow down. You're going to have a heart attack. You're going to die if you do this. If you keep going like this. And it upset him because he was like, I have enough money and a wonderful life and I can do even more for people. And he's like, fine, you know what? Let's reevaluate this after the show tonight. Let me go home. Let me change. Let me go do what I need to do. And he's driving on the LIE on his way to the show. He has a heart attack. He crashes into the tractor trailer and dies. Like, this guy, and what's worse, You look at some of the lyrics that this guy wrote, and that's what I've gotten to do. When you dive into this, you look at a song like Cats in the Cradle. You look at some of these comments that he makes about, like, just not get. All of his songs are about, like, disappointment, kind of. And not fully getting to what you should have been and laughing about it.
I feel like that's relatable. However much or little you are able to do in life, you could look at it that way. I think there's a kind of a brilliance there.
Yeah, no, and obviously you don't think that you're gonna die in a car crash because of the heart attack you had because you overworked yourself. That's not ever in the equation. That's not happening. But with that in, like, the fact that he was able to write things so almost like a prophet, it's scary. It's terrifying. Like, utterly terrifying. But that's not the vibe I want to carry into it. That being said, for a guy who wrote about such disappointment and so many heavy subject matters, his songs are really they're funny too. Like, there's so much humor written into it. And I'm so glad that I have the opportunity and the chance to, do these songs. We're following. He put out a live album called Greatest Stories Live, and it was about the middle, about 2/3 into his career. I love this album. I've always loved this album. It's a live album, which getting to hear Harry Chapin doing his songs live, hearing these versions of these songs, I was like, I want to follow this set list pretty accurately. And I was like, I want to remember some of the jokes in this. I want to give the Harry Chapin fans these little deep cuts, these little Easter eggs to, like, the people who had seen Harry Chapin. I want to, like, kind of put a little allusions to these things while still, playing it normally. But yeah, no, that's. I just wanted to make sure I brought it up at some point, besides just in the when we're promoting shit.
I think that's going to be a wonderful experience. How many songs are you performing?
We have on the set list a lucky 13 songs, playing an hour and a half, and it speaks volumes about the volume of these songs. That 13 songs is about an hour and a half here. If he wanted to say something, he did not cut anything out. He said everything. Ernest Hemingway used to try to write things the most concise way you could possibly write something. Harry Chapin did not. That was not his agenda. You got every detail in these songs. And I love it. As a writer, as a reader, Harry Chapin's music, because again, they're like, are they songs? Are they stories? We talk about the ancient Greeks and how, like, the Odyssey, that's an epic poem. These are rock and roll's epic poems. Taxi it's an epic poem. It's gigantic in that story. By the way, the song Taxi has the line, she handed me a $20 for a $2.50 fare and said, Harry, keep the change. Taxi came out in the early 70s. Given inflation, yeah, if you account for inflation, $20 for a $2.50 fare would be about giving someone $160 for a $20 fare in a taxi today. And Sue said, Harry, keep the change.
They'd have to adjust the math if somebody wanted to make a legit cover of that now.
Yeah, right. And she had wait. So I just said what? It was like she had to be. Yeah. And by the way, that information was provided to me by Dave, actuary Dave Diamond. I love Dave. Dave Diamond is my friend Andrew Diamond's father. Love that man. Love both of those men. But yeah, that's $160 for a $20 fare. And she handed me $160 for a $20 fare and said, Harry, deposit this into your account from Venmo.
And I told her, maybe just take Uber next time.
Because I knew that this encounter was incredibly awkward at 16 Parkside Lane.
I left a 5-star review in the process.
Yeah. Wait. I'm looking. Wait, let's.
What's gonna happen?
It was raining hard in Frisco. I was checking my Uber notifications as a driver. I saw about a 20-minute drive in ahead of me. I was stupid and I took it anyway. I saw the address she was looking to go to. Something sounded familiar in the name. I saw it, I'd been there, it was my ex's house at 16 Parkside Lane. So I let someone else pick her up.
Well, I guess you're doing 14 songs now on Friday.
Yep. We're going to have the improvisation of the 14th song, I guess.
To our Harry Chapin fans out there, that song was called Trilogy.
And the next year, The Taxiing, Part 4.
Taxi 4. Taxi 4 with Chris Rock and
Tom Arnold will be in the fourth one.
Yeah, and Corey's probably going to be playing at a local cab depot somewhere in the city or like in Queens.
It was raining hard in Frisco. I was actor without much work lately, Tom Arnold. I'm driving an Uber at this point because I'm Tom Arnold and I haven't really done anything for about 25 years. And I was looking at my Uber notifications and I saw someone coming on my thing. It was really a horrifying sight. It said, Roseanne. And I said, absolutely this. I'm not going picking her up because that is crazy. I think I've had enough.
All right, 15 songs. And we'll be in part 5. Brian Doyle Murray and Joe Piscopo.
Well, it just went from an hour and a half to now 2 hours. It's climbing.
I said, how are you, Lord Michaels?
Look what you did.
He
You
said,
added the 16
how are you, Joe Piscopo? Too many miles and not too many smiles. I still remember you, even though you weren't at the anniversary special.
Excuse me.
Oh, God.
Should I pull the Craig card and say it's time for plugs now?
I was about to say, well, he wouldn't be able to do this if his dad was here right now. You'd tell him to put the guitar away.
He'd be frowning.
No, yeah.
He would,
Disappointed. What the are you doing?
who did I raise? Who did I bring?
Yeah. I brought you into this world. I can take you out of it. How many beers did you have? You know.
There it is. Bookending the show.
No, absolutely. Okay, wait. So how did we how did we determine we were gonna turn this around? Who was gonna do it?
You're gonna need to send the plugs to like us.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay. James, I have your plug.
All right.
James, you can just go off my website. Corey can either send probably. I don't know if there's a there's a chat. I can put it in the chat.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
wait. So here for James's sake and everyone's.
All right.
And Corey, I have your dilemma site, or do you have something more?
Yeah. The DIlem-Band.com is perfect.
Okay.
Oh God, I'm.
Don't read it all.
No,
Like
I'm
two or
from
three.
Jersey. I can't pronounce this town name though. I have no
Neither
idea.
can I. I'm gonna ask when I get there.
What? Okay, I will. Do you want me to start? I'll start right away. All right. So, Dave Sheehan Comedy. He has his website at davesheehancomedy.com. On July 16th, 8 p.m., New York Comedy Club is a roast in Stamford, Connecticut. Then, a couple days later, on July 18th at 8 p.m. at Il Palazzo in Wanacue, New Jersey. If I mispronounced that town name, so sorry. But those are the two shows this week. Don't want to miss it, guys. He's hilarious.
5 stars, James. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Love it.
Okay.
Love it.
So, well, I can't really say any more about this really exciting show Corey's got this Friday. He's already provided all the details, and it's an incredible experience. So I'm looking forward to hearing about that once he's done it. TheDilemmaBand.com. After that, we've got Darien Country Club. Oh, okay. Those are some people who will have enjoyed Prime Day. That's going to be Sunday, July 20th. Followed by Dilem Duo. No more info other than Lyman and Me, which sounds like a early 70s rom-com. That's Thursday, July 24th. Private Party, Friday, July 25th, upstate New York. He really wants you to dig for this information. And July 26th, Saturday, Bishop's Orchards in Guilford, Connecticut. I know you guys were just there a couple months ago and it went well, so good to
Oh, it was great time. Great time.
Yeah.
Great time. No, I loved that. That was I loved that. That was phenomenally done. Thank you, Dave.
All right. Let's hear
As to not welch out on bets. Check out the Common Everyday People podcast out now. Right now, Donnie's brother was on this week. You can catch that on the website. You can stream that. I know, James, you're talking about the turning of 30 recently and the horrifying prospect that's coming with that. You already did it. So like you already jumped the threshold. It's still like, again, I feel like I'm in the hospice of my youth. I'm like trying to let it die comfortably. James, by the time we have our next show, you'll have jumped.
But was it next Monday is the 21st?
Yeah, I'm terrible at math.
So the day before, basically. Yeah, the day before my birthday.
Hell yeah. So the next week, join us for the James birthday special.
Do I even want to know what's going to be at this birthday?
I don't even know what's gonna. I don't even know where to go with this. But now this is a challenge, and I'm really excited about this. What color scheme do you want for the poster?
It doesn't matter. I guess good old blue and white. Considering those.
Hell yeah, we can do that. Hell yeah. So yes. So catch us when Craig's back from Alaska. He'll probably have some pictures. You guys can compare your Alaska photos.
He probably has better pictures than I do because I went in April when there was like
touche. Touche. But it is rainy there, which is kind of cool. I guess that's kind of very, very aesthetic for being in Alaska. But yeah, no. So yeah, catch everyone some things that need to be done. And no, fun little again, busy week. I apologize between the injury and everything else. I was like, oh wow, it's already 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock on Monday. I should have had this up 3 hours ago. This is a problem, but that's okay. We made it happen, and that's what counts.
Exactly.
And maybe the doing the show last minute was the friends we made along the way the whole time. Oh, the last thing. With everything in mind, the album of album of the week here. How could I choose anything besides Harry Chapin's Heads and Tails, featuring his hit song Taxi, along with some other phenomenal tracks. Can You Put Your Lights On, Greyhound, Everybody's Lonely, Sometimes Somewhere. But these songs, phenomenally done. Great cover if you get your hands on it, because when you open it up, you have the poster that comes out, and that's his face. It's cool. We love that. So check out Harry. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Even the taxi pattern around his picture on the cover.
Amazing. The color I tried to that was this week's DIlem-Monday thumbnail inspiration, and I'm thinking that maybe that might be the thing. People can try to guess what the cover is based off of what the thumbnail is going to be. But yeah, I know we're ending a few minutes early. We started a couple minutes too early. But with that in mind, everybody enjoy every sandwich. That's going to be something cool to talk about in November when Warren Zevon finally gets into the Hall of Fame. But let's not totally do that. Everybody, it was a great DIlem-Monday. We will catch you next week for the James birthday special. We love to see it. We love you. Adios. It's DIlem-Monday.